Material Emancipation Grill, known simply as the Fizzler in the Portal community. Have you ever wondered what this thing is and how it works? While it is explained in both the first and second game that it destroys any unauthorized equipment that passes through it, it is never explained how portals aren't allowed to go through them. I am sure you already know this, but when you go through one of these fields, your portals are immediately removed. But why is that? Why does the Fizzler do that? Let's come up with some ideas and theories, shall we? So, the most obvious theory we can say is that the scientists didn't want the subject escaping, so they made sure the Fizzler would always get rid of their portals, preventing them from simply portaling out. Another reason is that the portals are a test element, and therefore they are only authorized to be used within the test itself, not outside of it. Sounds good so far, but why do they prevent you from shooting through them? If you are in a test room, shooting through them wouldn't change a thing. You're still in the test room. Therefore, they didn't need to make the ones in the test stop you from completing the test. However, I'm pretty sure we all know why they made it so you can't shoot through them. Not only is it to test your cognitive abilities with them, but it's also there to prevent any possible problems in the future. For example, say they did make it so you can fire through the Fizzler in the test. What if the Fizzler at the end of the test broke? That means you can now use it to potentially escape. So yeah, they just flat out made sure your portals can't go through them. But this still doesn't explain how the Fizzlers can even do that to begin with. Therefore, back to the drawing board we go. So, how do the Fizzlers get rid of your portals when you walk through them? Well, let's say that the portals are treated as cubes. So when the Fizzler detects this, it removes the portals, as cubes are not allowed to go through them. That is one potential answer for how it does it. If you have another answer for how the Fizzler achieves this, let me know in the comments. For now though, let's just say that's how the Fizzler can remove portals. But how about the test subject themselves? And the portal gun they hold? Why aren't they fizzled at the end of the test? Or when they go through the grill? Well, I'm sure Aperture Science already knew about this, so they made sure that the Fizzler wouldn't get rid of either of those two things. But still, it does confuse me a little, because both the test subject and the portal gun are testing elements, and no testing element is allowed outside of the tests. That would probably explain some of the side effects you can get from the grill when walking through it, such as losing your teeth or losing your ear tubes. This also implied that Aperture had a few hiccups when making the Fizzler. It also means that a few people might have actually died because of it. That's a bit morbid to think about, isn't it? Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about today. If you have any potential answers or theories, share them in the comments. Until then, I'll see you next time.